Rivera took over as the starter Game 6 last year, finished second in the nation in save percentages. We are underway here under the lights. Tuesday night lacrosse here in Princeton. Quick turnaround for the Tigers. Their season opener originally.
Control the ball.
Said that was James Jaziel. That was Quinn Bowler, the senior from Corning, New York. 23 points last year as a junior, and he's got the Jaspers on the scoreboard early. Faceoff's an issue for Manhattan, now just 11 of 48. That's 22%. And the Tigers control the second faceoff. That's Andrew Mcmeekin, the sophomore. Took the bulk of the faceoff Sunday against Monmouth. Here comes Mcmeekin. He thought about taking it to the cage, but instead works it back out. And Burns, a top 20 freshman out of Georgetown Prep, had 7 points in that Princeton victory Sunday. Colin Burns, Michael Sowers, the only two Princeton players in program history to have 7 points in their first career game, so pretty good company. Nate Koby, his high school teammate, we'll talk about him a lot today as the Tigers win their third straight faceoff. Pace Billings, the all-conference poll coming from the wing, has the ground ball, gets it into Koby. Pace on when they won the MAC Tournament Championship a couple years ago. They won an 8-7 contest, so a team that 2 years ago top 10 in the nation defensively. Last year they were the nation's #1 scoring defense. Jaspers allowed just 8 goals per game. This year, 6 goals scored per game, 14 allowed per game over the first couple of contests, although a small sample size. And on the largest senior class in program history, you know, you had Jake Stevens, you had Sam English, you had Bo Pedersen, you had guys like that. It was kind of tough to break into the lineup at midfield, but Palumbo, the sophomore, now has 4 goals over the first 2 games.
I like how he's inserting himself, too. I think early in a game.
Kramer, that's his first career goal, the sophomore out of Lake Washington High School in Kirkland, Washington. Give the assist to Colin Burns, and the Tigers on top for the first time today, 3-2. Faceoffs 5-0 now. Thought Mcmeekin had a beat. It's Billings with his second ground ball, and faceoffs now 6-0 in favor of Princeton. For 14-9 victory to improve to 8-0 all-time against the Jaspers. First face-off win of the contest for Manhattan. The Tigers had claimed the first 6. So a lacrosse family. And Dunphy's got his first of the season for the Tigers, 4 in a row for Princeton. Face-off 6-1 in favor of the Tigers. Mcmeekin tripped up. Ball up in the air, and Princeton comes down with it. Nick Crowley coming off the wing on the face-off. Quickly in, and the Tigers go back to work. Time of possession pretty heavily slanted. Just 2 shots so far through the field.
It's really tough to see a change-up bouncer.
Quinn Kramer had his first career goal earlier in this first quarter. Now he's got his second career goal. We talked about Palumbo, maybe a little bit of a surprise. Probably shouldn't be. He was a top 40 recruit last year. Quinn Kramer was a top 50 recruit. So these are players that really, you know, anywhere outside of Princeton and some other top 10 schools would have seen a lot more action in their freshman camp. 2 years removed from a MAC title, and last year they had the #1 scoring defense in the country. That's a pretty good place to start and build a program, so not trying to fix what isn't broken. Did mention the goal on the offensive side. If they can get to 10 goals every game, they're going to be in a good spot more often than not. 6-2 Tigers, Manhattan.
70 seconds.
First goal for the Jaspers in nearly 15 minutes. 6-3 contest. Face-offs have been a big storyline. The Tigers have won 9 out of 10, make it 10 out of 11. But we'll get a push, and it'll go to the Jaspers. So a chance to try to get some momentum here early in the second quarter for Manhattan. This is a Manhattan team that's come a long way. 2015, they were at that 5-0 run. Princeton gets it right back, and the lead back to 4.
91, Coulter Mackesy. Time of the goal, 4:56. Lucas Dennis, first of the year for the Tigers. From Coulter Mackesy at 4:56.
Andrew Mcmeekin with another face-off win. He's now 10 of 12. Mcmeekin, the big 6'1", 210-pound sophomore, Newtown Square, Pennsylvania, out of Episcopal Academy. Last year as a freshman, just a shade under 50%, really took over that face-off spot. Mid-April, Tyler Sandoval, remember, went down with the season-ending knee injury against Yale in late March, and they turned the season at Manhattan first as the interim head coach. Tigers with a 3-goal lead, that last goal by Quinn Bowler, cutting into that 4-goal deficit for the Jaspers as Manhattan finally wins another face-off and a flag comes in. It'll be against the Tigers, so Manhattan trying desperately to clear. Get a free possession, lashed at by Mackesy. Here's Hapward, tosses it across as the shot clock hits 60.
John Dunphy, second of the game for the Tigers, unassisted at 13-17.
So we talked about this Princeton attack. Burns, Kabiri, Mackesy, they combined for 10 of the Tigers' 15 goals on Saturday. So far today, just 2 of 8. 2 goals by Quinn Kramer, 2 by John Dunphy, so that second midfield line making an impact. Another face-off win. Princeton's now won 11. 16 players graduated last year. 13 of them transferred and are playing high-level Division I lacrosse as grad transfers. Some questions about who would slide in, especially in the midfield. Palumbo's got 2, Kramer has 2, Dunphy has 2. It's always one of the fun things, right? Early season, midweek game, non-conference opponent. You do sort of get to see who's developed and who steps up. They tried to body up Mcmeekin. That generally doesn't go well. Tigers carry in and will take their first time out with 16 seconds to go.
And if so, you know, if you could send him a short stick and work in a pair with him, I think that he could do some real damage.
Coulter Mackesy still 2 assists in the first half, but only took 6 shots, hasn't found the back of the net yet. Andrew Mcmeekin, the sophomore, 12 of 15 on face-offs in the opening half. He'll go up against Keith Fraser, the senior from Arizona, who was their primary face-off man against Vermont over the weekend.
They've got something here.
Yeah, Manhattan's got the face-off win. They had the shot. It just 5 goals. He's got 3 tonight. Palumbo last year had 2 goals. He's got 2 tonight. Kramer was scoreless last year. He's got 2 tonight. Tigers showing the depth in the midfield. Mcmeekin showing off the prowess on the face-off. 13 wins, just 4 losses for the sophomore from Newtown Square, Pennsylvania. Princeton, I know we were going to catch up yesterday, and I went home and I fell asleep after that busy weekend.
Yes, it was a fun weekend down in D.C. with the Archers.
You, I guess I can call you defensive midfielder, Ryan Archer. How do you like 6s?
I love it.
Feel like it suits you?
Maybe.
First 2 career goals on Sunday, and that's on Burns with the helper on the goal by Kabiri. Something we'll probably be saying a lot over the next few seasons. Pace Billings coming off the top wing with the ground ball for the Tigers. He's had a great night. That's his 5th ground ball. Or an Alex Slusher in a couple weeks. They'll take on UNC and Duke. It's that Friday-Sunday event, UNC, Duke, Princeton, and Penn down in North Carolina. That'll be a fun weekend of college lacrosse. Of course, that trio out at Michigan. Face-off win cleanly by Keith Fraser, the senior out of Chaparral High School in Scottsdale. And for Reese Porteous, that's the first goal of his career. Game number 16 for the senior from British Columbia. 12-5 the score here with just over 3 minutes to go in the third. At the face-off X, it's been primarily number 91, Keith Fraser tonight. Battle for the ball on the near side, a push, and possession to the Jaspers. As far as face-offs go, now 14-6 in favor of the Tigers. Coulter Mackesy, his reputation, rightfully so, it's been that dangerous, lethal left-handed shot. It's been really creative in setting himself up. Tonight he's got 3 assists.
Yep. And I think he's still gotten a ton of great looks, and sometimes the ball, just doesn't drop. Would just love to continue to see him shoot it.
Tylers have gone back to Tyler Sandoval on the face-off here. Sandoval coming back after knee surgery. Suffered a season end. Back after the face-off X, Tyler Sandoval. Won cleanly by Keith Fraser.
Yeah, I think that's 3 in a row.
Fraser battled in the second half. Mcmeekin had his number. Sand had one to sting past. Tigers dip to their third face-off man, Koby Ginder. Manhattan got the face-off. They turned it over. Mackesy had a clear path, but with a big lead under 7 minutes to go, they're going to run. And Kabiri, those 2 top 20 freshmen, high school teammates at Georgetown Prep, combined for 12 points on Sunday. They've got 9 points today, 5 for Burns, 4 for Kabiri. Face-off win by the Tigers. That's Koby Ginder, New York City native, junior.